Good Packer morning, everybody. It is Monday, and I came inside today. There was apparently some herky-jerkiness to the feed last time, so I'm staying as close to my wireless as possible right now, and we're going to give it a try. But hey, who's out there on a Monday morning? I hope you had a great weekend and are all, rested up for the new week. Who's up? Who's chiming in today? Of course, training camp. The boys are back in town. Rookies moved in, and everybody is gearing up for tomorrow, the start of training camp. So St. Norberts is loaded with Packer players once again, and it's like all is well with the world. The only thing better is actual, like, them getting on the field and starting to, hey there, Colton, how you doing, man? Go Pack, go. Get on the field and start shaping up this 2016 roster. All right, let's do some shout outs here. We got Dee Dee. Hey there, Dee Dee. Hi, PJ. Natasha. Hi there. Can't wait. Jared is here. He's up. Jared is coming at us out of Australia. And so, hey there, Jared. Armando is back. Hey there, Armando. Nathan. Woohoo. We've got Serhi. Where are you from there, Serhi? We are going to talk about Ty Montgomery. Wynn is here. Ian is here. Alexandro is here. Steven is here. And Lance here. Go, guys. It's Monday, but it's a good Monday because training camp starts tomorrow, and that's when the dead space is finally over. There's finally football. Hey, Steven, if I didn't already say it, there's Lance. Johnny says good morning to everybody. Scott says hi. Oh, don't turn back on the Pack. That's right, Scott. Totally agree. The thing anyway that I do want to talk about in terms of training camp this year in particular is we have some significant players back from some injuries, and of course, I'm sure somebody out there can tell me the number one concern we have in a player coming back from injury. It's no big surprise there, but we do want to keep our eye on Jordy Nelson. I've said he's going to be fine. I think he's going to come back. It may take a little with the ACL injury. Basically, you have to. You have to thing as physical. We've got Jordy Nelson coming back. I think he's going to be fine. This is one of the things about Jordy, though, is I really think that the entire offense is going to be better off. We did a poll a while back about how many yards Jordy was going to have, and a couple years back he had 1,500 along with Randall Cobb. But at the same time, I think that if Jordy Nelson actually has less yards this year, it's going to signify better things for our offense, because what it's going to tell me is that our third receiver finally sort of did something for a change. Ty Montgomery was just getting started doing that last year. We had to bring in James Jones because Jordy wasn't there, but Ty really started to come into his own, and I think he could do that too. The only problem with that is he's another concern in terms of injury. So to answer the earlier question, Ty Montgomery is a little bit of a question mark too, because again, that ankle, you have to cut on that ankle. So that could be a concern, and I don't believe he's been activated yet. We will see what happens when training camp rolls around, how soon they get him out on the field. Again, everything has got pushed up because of the extra preseason game, the Hall of Fame game, and that's, I think, good for a lot of the young kids that get out of the country. On the other hand, it'll be interesting to see how many reps McCarthy gives, which can be risky. This is how it happened to Jordy last year in the preseason. So we'll see what happens with particularly Jordy, but also Ty Montgomery, who I think is one who is really going to push for that third wide receiver spot. Hey there, Mason. Hey there, Mike and Scott. I think I already did. There's Sarah. How about Trevor Davis? Trevor Davis is going to be interesting to watch. The kid's excited. He's fast. It looks to me like the Packers are starting to focus a little more on speed than they did in the past with drafting Davis, but then also the signing of Cook. The Packers for years have been ones that have proved that It's your route running, your ability to get separation, and your ability to get yards after the catch. And that really are most important. And that speed doesn't make a wide receiver. But then Jeff Janis came on the scene, and I think we saw some advantage. But Jeff Janis is a pretty big guy too. But I think the Packers kind of are showing me that they are paying attention to speed. Trevor Davis has got plenty of it, and it's going to be tough to keep that guy around. I think the Packers, at that sixth spot are going to be in a quandary, and I wonder if it's not Jared Abbrederis that ends up on the bubble because the Packers just drafted Trevor Davis. Abbrederis, I could see them having the excuse that, he hasn't stayed healthy, et cetera, et cetera. But then Mike McCarthy is lavishing praise on his route running ability. So regardless of what, it's going to be interesting, and we'll see how it goes. But Trevor Davis is one I'm keeping my eye on. Let's see what else. In terms of injuries, we've got one more, and that's Sam Barrington. Sam, his position may end up in jeopardy. Martinez is going to be taking a lot of first-team reps the way it's working out. And with an extra preseason game, it's going to be wild to see whether Barrington can get on the field and get healthy and play the same as he did before. But we'll see how that goes. I'm going to get rid of that really quick. And let's see who else is out there. DJ Ada, love the Packers. Go Pack, go. Yeah, so injuries are definitely a concern, but it's kind of weird because this year we're looking at players coming back from injury. But then we also have 5 preseason games that are an injury risk in and of themselves. So it's a little concerning to me, those two together. But it's exciting nonetheless. And I think, and Jordy, for all intents and purposes, is way ahead of schedule. The statement has been that if he had to play tomorrow, he would play, but they're going to manage him. At least I hope. I think they need to. All right. How about family night coming up Sunday here real quick? I'm going to be up there, and I'm going to try to get out on the street. If you see me and you want to chat about the Packers, we could probably record it and throw it up on the site, on the Facebook page. Also, if you're going to be at family night and you want to just, give a shout out and let me know you're around, that would be fun. I am looking forward to that. Mostly family night is really for families. That's the cool part for me, is I'm taking all my kids, and it's going to be loads of fun that way. So, they used to have a scrimmage and it was a little more exciting in terms of the gameplay, but I'm more than happy for them just to practice and hopefully nobody to get hurt, because that's the last thing we need anymore. All right. Another concern, I guess, is the word I'm thinking of, but another interesting thing about this training camp is now going to see Eddie Lacy come back after the break. Does he look the same? Does he still look like he's in shape? How does he play? How does he run? It's going to be an important year for Eddie Lacy because it's a contract year. Everybody give a thumbs up if you're stoked about Eddie Lacy coming back in full form. I think Lacy is going to have a fantastic year. I think he's going to be just fine. But again, tomorrow we start to see him out there and see if there seems to be any difference. And that will be important because, Eddie, we signed James Starks. We got John Crockett, who did some good things. And a lot of people are high on him. I like him too. But I think he's probably here comes the thumbs up. A lot of people excited about Eddie Lacy coming back. Remember, the biggest part of our offensive problems probably was Jordy Nelson. But Eddie Lacy, our running game sputtering and being kind of off again, on again, was a huge problem, because when you can run the ball, it's certainly going to make things that much easier for Aaron Rodgers. And when you make things any little bit easier for Aaron Rodgers, man, good things can happen. And so hopefully Eddie comes back and looks fantastic. I think he's going to be great. All right, let me look here and see what we've got. Lacy is going to kill it. And I agree. I do. I think that's going to be the case. Hundley as the backup quarterback. Hundley's going to get Nathaniel Hundley is going to get tons of reps. I think the kid's exciting. It was great to see him last year, and he came on strong in the last 2 preseason games. For a guy like that who's coming in behind Aaron Rodgers, these are important reps because you're hopefully not going to get him during the season, but he's going to get an extra game, and they're going to play him quite a bit. I think he's going to have a lot of comfort with this offense by the time all's said and done. Lacy is a Hulk in green and yellow, says Armando. Yeah, I think he is going to tear it up. And again, that, if we can run the ball more successfully, that means we're going to run the ball more times, most likely. Maybe get closer to that 50-50 mix that Mike McCarthy is trying to get to. And if we do that, that means that probably guys like Jordy Nelson aren't going to have over 100 catches and 1,500 yards necessarily. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. That doesn't mean he's having a bad year. I mean, like I said, I think it can be better for us to have our receptions spread out a little more. Maybe Cook gets in the game there. Maybe Richard Rodgers had several games with 8 receptions. He was significant in a couple of games. And he can be good, especially on the goal line. The Packers are not shying away from Richard Rodgers. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of rumor out there that he's really the guy beat at the tight end position. Jared Cook's got his work cut out for him. I think they signed Cook for a reason, but to me, it's going to be more situational than anything. They're going to use, I think that right off, we'll see Cook get used. We'll see him plugged in. He's going to get plenty of time in the preseason. And if he shows it, yeah, he may very well end up the starter. But situationally, there's going to be times when the Pack wants, Rodgers in without doubt, and he's still going to get some playing time. But yeah, some of the buzz out there is that it's Richard Rodgers who's the tight end to beat. So, and of course, he's got a year under his belt. So to some extent, that makes sense. All right, let's see. Sarah, he says Super Bowl. Woodrow says love our Packs from Farmington. Mike. Hey there, Mike. Mike has got a lot of footballs and green and gold hearts. And I agree. From Athens, Ohio. All right. Is Nelson back to play? We will see. That's all we can really say. He will be back to play. It's just a matter of when he gets cleared and when the coaching staff decides how much time they want to put him on the field. They're going to have a target rep set for him, and he's going to get some time. We'll see him, and we'll have an idea of how good he's feeling. From what he says, he's feeling great. So Armando asks, how many Packers will be in the Pro Bowl? Wow, that's a long way down the road. We had somebody the other day, I forget who it was, that said it was going to be 8. I think the Packers are consistently snubbed for the Pro Bowl. So we'll have Aaron Rodgers, Clay Matthews, Julius Peppers. I think I think our defensive backfield is going to be, they're going to be formidable this year. We've got some depth back there, and it's young guys, but it's not a bunch of rookies. We got, Randall and Rollins coming back, being the, first couple of picks. Ladarius Gunter is getting a lot of hype, and the guy's strong. He's good at the line of scrimmage, and that's something, we haven't done a whole lot of. We haven't seen a lot of bump and run coverage that we haven't seen a guy that's really proficient in that. So it sort of sounds like he's taken that kind of as his aspect of the game and running with it. It'll be interesting to him play, but our defensive backfield is looking pretty good, because that's not even talking about Sam Shields, and then Morgan Burnett had a good season. So we'll see how that goes. I'll take the Super Bowl over the Pro Bowl, says Troy, and I agree completely. Laura, how strong is the O-line? I think the O-line is very strong when it can stay healthy. And I do think when the addition of Jason Spriggs is going to help us out, because heaven forbidding, and knock on wood again, I hope that our offensive line can stay together, because when they do, they play very well as a unit. And we've got, guys on that offensive line that are playing for contract, and it's important to them to stay together, to stay healthy, and to show that they are one of the elite offensive lines in the league. Again, you go back to the offensive struggles last year. Well, even Aaron Rodgers, when the offense is doing good, what does Aaron Rodgers say in a press conference? He's like, it all starts up front, is what he has said in the past. And what he's talking about is it all starts with the offensive line. Their reads, from the center on out, their reads really make the play happen. And if they're together, if the continuity is there and they're all strong and healthy, well, obviously that bodes well for the entire offense. Well, look at how devastating our offensive line was last year at times. It was awful. And now we do have Spriggs, who, again, kid's a rookie, but I'm really high on him. I really like him. I think he's a lighter tackle, and that could be interesting, but I think the Packers, if he needs to add maybe about 10 pounds. Hi, Rick. Rick came on again. He says he's going to be at the Pro Bowl. I think it went by really fast. But with Spriggs there as a possible backup, and he's going to get, again, a lot of reps with an extra preseason game, I think our offensive line is going to be fantastic. The only question to me is, Will they be able to? All right, Kenny Clark, I think, can step up and be a great nose tackle, says Josh out there. Give a little credit where credit is due. I think so too. I'm kind of wait and see, because we've had these guys that were supposed to be. This is the one thing, like Ted Thompson, defensive linemen and linebackers have been kind of a hit or miss proposition. So I thought B.J. Raji was good. I thought, what did we pick him? Number 9 or 10 or something? I mean, that was a pretty high pick. But he is a guy we've got to replace. And I'm going to just be wait and see on Kenny Clark. I really like him. I love his attitude. I think him and Mike Daniels and LaTroy Guion are starting to get a really just nastiness to them that is going to be very good for our Packer defense. Defenses need to be nasty. Sometimes on offense, if you let stuff get in your head, your emotions can actually detract from your play. But when it comes to defense, a lot of times, you still got to play smart, but a lot of times that nastiness can really get in the head of opposing offenses. So I'm looking forward to that. Sharon is mentioning Blake Martinez. Martinez, again, is a guy that's going to benefit from having extra reps. But they still are going to have to manage the rookies because, yes, they're younger, they've got fresh legs and all that, but they also haven't played this long of a season. And when you're a Packer rookie coming in, you're not just including the preseason and the season, you're assuming a postseason. And this year, Packers fans all want to see a long and deep postseason run. So, yeah, managing Blake Martinez as a rookie will be interesting. I think Jake Ryan is going to do some good things. And again, we'll see how Sam Barrington does. We're going to need him as well, regardless of what position it all falls out in for that rotation. So, yeah, everybody's going to be on the field very soon, and it all starts tomorrow. I'm going to close it up, but this afternoon, actually it's set, I think it's 12:30 Central Time. Mike McCarthy's supposed to do a press conference. I'll jump on and I like to read between the lines on those press conferences and do a little post on that. So you can see that come up at greenbaypackernation.com a little later today. And that's when the press conference is, in case you want to catch it. It will be live on packers.com. So you can check that. Ned's here again. Hey there, Ned. And Jeff is back. And here's Jeff's comment. With Barrington back, the run game will be better. Martinez and Ryan need to step up in the passing game. That's the big question, too. I think we did have the guys in place to keep the run game under control. But where the question mark is when the mismatches happen, and that's exactly what every offense is going to be trying to create. That's what offenses do, is try to create mismatches. And the offensive coordinators are kind of circling the middle of the field right now with us, and we'll see how it pans out. But yeah, definitely, if you're up at family night, let me know. We can maybe catch up with each other. Enjoy it. If you get to go, I hope you do. It's such a nice, wonderful thing that the Packers do, and I think Packer Nation should be really proud that we can go out and the team can get on the field for a practice, and we'll pack out our stadium just to show our support, have a little fun, love one another, man. Just have a good time and be excited and celebrate the fact that we've got a great team. We've got the best team in football. We're with the best fans in football, and that football is coming back around, and the boys are truly back in town up at St. Norberts. So, yeah, well, on my way out, I'm going to give a shout out. I don't know if Kip Alolia is out there, but he was my major professor when I did my master's work, and Kip taught for a while at Norberts up in De Pere. And so, hi, Kip. Miss you, dude. I'll have to catch up one of these days. But, yeah, St. Norberts is going to be a fun place to be. And that whole town, Green Bay and its surrounding area, so excited that the Packers are back. So you guys have a great Monday. I hope you have a fantastic week, start of the week. If it starts off good, usually it ends pretty good too. So and as of today, again, we'll talk about the press conference, and then tomorrow we'll have probably our tweet cap again, just to make sure to keep you guys up to date on what's being said, the buzz out there in the Twitter sphere. If any of you are there at training camp and shoot a video or whatever, send it on over to the Facebook page, and we'll throw it up on GPN for everybody to view. We'll throw your name in there and let people know where it came from, and have some fun with that. So we will catch up with you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Talk to you soon, and go Pack.